Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over weekly expenses in the Budget by Paycheck Workbook. So let's just grab our glasses and get right to it. All right, so I didn't think I was going to have anything to report this week. Um, so I was thinking this was going to be the September setup, but I did that yesterday because I knew I had some things to talk about with respect to spending. So while it doesn't say it on here, this actually posted on the 21st. I don't know why it shifted so much the other way. You know, sometimes the bills will do that. Like my gas used to be sort of towards the end of the month. It's now solidly in the first week of the month. So, you know, things just kind of shift around a little bit. Um, I had some supplements that I needed to get this month, but they were less than I was expecting. So I did get that, uh, and I'll show you just a minute in the expenses. As far as anything else, I did do a no spend. Had a spend on the 18th, and I did spend something, but Rachel reimbursed me right away. It was a $10 something on Google Play for the youngest grandson. It just happened to be linked to all my stuff, which is not going to be soon because that YouTube at the end of the month is going to be separated. So I think anything she does moving forward, she will have to take care of because there'll be no associated adult account with a credit card on it on any one of their devices because they have multiple. So that is transitioning. Now this was this was. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out where are we in the month? I don't know. Um, we're sort of towards the end of the month. I did receive some rent money from Rachel. She gave me more than $310. She gave me 300, so I'm going to have to do my math in my head, $360. But I kept cash out, and I kept it for the festival. I may or may not use it, and I may or may not use it for its intended purpose, which is to buy food. I may just pull the food from my regular spending food account. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of feel it out and see what happens. But I do have that kind of set aside in my little jar behind me, and uh, I'll figure out how I'm going to spend that at the festival. I did pull $139 from savings that already got pulled over so that I could pay for the Prime. It should be hitting sometime this week, I think on Friday. The only other change that I'm expecting is the YouTube Premium. I've already canceled the family monthly fee of $22.99, and I'm converting converting it to a yearly subscription at $139.99. So that is a net savings of minus 22, there's half, $11.32. So yeah, so I'm decreasing that a little bit every month, which is helpful. Um, so the other things, I'm going ahead because I'm so close to the end of the month and I know I don't have any other things that are going to be pulled from these variable expenses. When I know that it's appropriate to do so, I'm going ahead and adding in what those totals are for the month. So far, I'm under budget on healthcare, I'm under budget on household, and just a smidge over on miscellaneous. But to be fair, part of this miscellaneous was reimbursed to me with this $310. Now, I have transferred already a couple of amounts, and these were just charges that hit my account that I paid for. Some of it was the service fee for the debt that I'm holding, and others were just charges on the account. We'll look at that in just a minute. Here's where the $139 that I pulled from sinking funds was noted. And this is so the Budget by Paycheck workbook does, let me just show you what it looks like normally in case you don't use the Budget by Paycheck workbook. It normally looks like this. It's a cash envelope breakdown, but since I don't use cash, I use it kind of as a guide to help me track what's in my savings account. And um, just kind of earmark what the funds are there for. I am kind of playing around with the idea of creating a workbook, but I haven't really fleshed it out fully, and I'm just kind of playing around with it. Um, right now, it's in just like a spiral notebook, but a suggestion was made. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, said that they use a A6 binder for it. So I'm kind of playing with the idea. I don't own that type of binder, so I would have to buy something. So I just was rating my stash of things that didn't get waterlogged this weekend down in the basement and found multiple empty spiral notebooks. Actually, I think they're from like the 90s. I'm not kidding you. I have so many things left over from when the kids were little. The water did get to a couple of things. There was a bag of Christmas things that was on the floor, and I think it belonged to Rachel, and it just everything in it was just soaked and ruined. There was a random picture of my son and daughter on a roller coaster that had apparently fallen out of something, and I found it as I was cleaning up, and it was ruined. And oh, in case you didn't weren't in the September, the recent storm that rolled up the East Coast just brought in like just a really heavy rain. It wasn't like high winds or anything like that, but it just was a really fast downpour. And the stairwell leading into the bottom part of my house, I have a split level. Uh, the uh, the stairwell it's like collapsing, and it has huge cracks in it, and it's like buckling in, and the water was just pouring through those. It's just really one major crack, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every time it rains like that. So the water was coming in. My son and I. He lives in the basement. He and I were working furiously to try and clean that up. Rachel happened to be out that night because she was working on doing closing for her house. So I was here with the grandkids, and my son happened to notice that the water was coming in. I wouldn't even have checked because I could hear the pump running. I could hear it, the pump that I just paid $10,000 to put in the basement to mitigate water coming in my basement. um, so in any case, long story short, I did have some water damage down there. It still smells a little musty, but we've got, things opened up and the fan running and all the water's up. I think it's just humid and damp. I have a dehumidifier running. Hopefully everything will be good. Um, so I don't even know where I was. Um, Yes, on the sinking funds, I was just mentioning that I just kind of cover this up and I say it's my sinking fund so I can track where it's going. I do plan on putting additional money into the uh, debt. However, it looks like it is going to be closer to, give me a second, looks like it's going to be closer to 12 or $1,300 instead of $1,400. So I'm actually going to go over that tomorrow in the YNAB budget. I'll be able to do some ready to assign stuff, and I'll be able to really pinpoint exactly how much it's going to go over there. So I'll figure that out soon. All right. This is the expense tracker. As you can see, I've been doing really good on the no spend, so there's not a whole lot of activity going on. Here you can see where Rachel reimbursed me for um, that $10 gift card on Google Play, and then also for rent. That's great. Everything else looks pretty normal. These are the supplements that I had to get. And as far as everything else, I didn't have any activity in the sinking funds other than that 139, but I pulled that out a while ago, so that should have already been seen. And then this is the U.S. Bank and the balance that I currently owe. This I'm trying to figure out if this is so when I had the folks out to fix. It's just been one thing right after another. If you haven't been around, it's just been, yeah, it's like when you have an older house, you just kind of have to expect that these things are going to happen. But it's, I need a break. I need a break, guys. Um, so last fall, I did $10,000 worth of work to try and keep water that may come into my basement out of my basement. And that was not what failed. What failed was I go out and I clean the leaves off of the drain pipe in the stairwell. I do it fairly often, but I hadn't done it in a couple weeks, as a matter of fact. And in when I went out and inspected it afterwards, because I wanted to know why the drain was not draining fast enough to not keep it from filling up the stairwell, there were leaves. There were leaves that were blocking the drain. So that was totally my fault. It was not a failure on the part of the pump. It was a failure on the part of me maintaining my household the way I should. But the other part of that was the fact that when we were out there in the rain, pouring down rain, and the water was up to my son's knees in the stairwell, the water was just pouring out of the stairwell cracks, right? And there was just no way that a small drain was going to accommodate, even if it was completely clear, there was just no way that a small drain was going to accommodate that much at that rate of flow. So, you know, I am going to do some stuff. I've talked about it before. I'm yeah, I'm going to try and take care of it in another way, and I might have a separate video about that just to kind of explain what I'm going to do with that and the HELOC that I'm going to get. But I don't. This is when. Let's go back to where the conversation started. So this is a $24 a month service fee that I'm going to have for 1 year, and I did this because if you had this service agreement with that particular company, then any work that you have done, you had get a certain percent off. And it was more than twice the amount of money that I would save by spending this $24 a month. So it seemed a reasonable thing to do. And so for a year, I'll be paying $24 a month. I have moved this to the checking account, so it doesn't come out of my U.S. bank. Again, I'm trying to get away from using the credit card float, which I've done for years. I just have to get in the habit of it and also change all of my regularly scheduled charges to my checking instead of my charge card. This is the debt, and I do expect to pay a little bit more, and I will record that here when I do that. Let's see, I haven't done anything with the net worth tracker yet. I will probably do that at the end of the month. Or possibly do it in the YNAB because it's like a lot easier to do there than it is here because it's like right there in your face. This is not done yet because I've not reached the end of the month, and I've mentioned before, basically I'm going to use this as a tracker of what videos I'm going to post on YouTube. But this month, since I'm doing a no spend, no dining out, I'm tracking where I'm spending money. The only dining out I've had so far this year is I went and picked up some barbecue for the fam, and I'd been craving it and just wanted it. But otherwise, the expenses have been pretty low. Rachel's bringing in food still. Yeah, I think I can't decide if my monthly spending on food is going to go up or down. Because, when I go to like BJ's, most of the stuff I buy at BJ's is for the grandkids. So I don't know whether it's going to go up or down, to be honest. So that'll be kind of interesting because she does bring in a lot of food. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't have anything else. Yeah, I just have my stickers from Planner Kate from I don't even know how many years ago. I wonder if there's a date on this. No, probably not. Um, so anyway, that is pretty much it for this week. Tomorrow I am going to get into the YNAB, and I've got some money that I need to assign, and then I've got some overspending that I need to track, and then I also um, you just need to clean it up a little bit and make sure that it's accounting for some of these changes, like the YouTube Premium, and yeah, yep. The other thing, again, I might, if there's interest, I might create another video to talk about the HELOC process. And I don't know if anybody has ever done this before. I've never had a home equity line of credit. Um, and the experience was very interesting. I learned a couple things. I kind of knew what it was going in, but I learned a few new things. And also, with respect to how much it is I'm going to take out and how I plan to use it over the next 5 years. If you guys have an interest and you want me to just kind of sketch out, number one, what the process looked like, and number two, how I anticipate spending the line of credit, um, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll post it if there's anybody who has any interest. Um, because again, why am I here? I'm here to share my experiences. I'm here to hopefully hear from you guys about what I'm doing, maybe get some feedback, and you guys do give me feedback. Um, but I'm also here as as a courtesy to show you how I'm doing it. And granted, this may not be right for you. The way I'm doing it may be completely wrong for your scenario, but there may be bits and pieces that you can take from what you're seeing that I'm doing and apply it to what you need. So the same thing is going to hold true for the process that I just went through trying to secure the HELOC and trying to figure out, number one, how I'm going to approach this continued problem with my house. Um, so again, if you have any interest in that, just let me know. It probably wouldn't take too long to record it, and I will post it out there for you guys. But until that time, I will plan on posting tomorrow for the YNAB um, assignment and figuring out how to cover the items that aren't funded. All right, talk to you then.